Welcome into Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. I am Tom Downey. On today's video, we are taking a look at my latest first 7-round mock draft for the Ravens. Picks for each of their selections this year, including the projected comp pick. Now, for this one, I'm not doing trades, but because the Ravens have all of the 4th-round picks this year, not a bit of hyperbole there, we could do trades in the future. So if you want a mock draft with trades, both up and down, I want you to like the video right now. Show me that that is something you're searching for. All right, on now to the round 1 picks. Some notable guys off the board before number 14 overall. Kenny Pickett is gone. Actually, the picks before number 14. 2 names of note here. David Ojabo leaves. I would love that pick for the Ravens at 14. Derek Stingley also off the board. Just 2 picks before. I would have jumped all over him. So some notable guys who are on the board for you in round 1. Tyler Linderbaum, the oh-so-mocked pick to the Ravens. Both top off-ball linebackers, Nakobe Dean and Devin Lloyd. Drake London is the top receiver out there, and big-time run stopper Jordan Davis is also available for Ravens. But I'm going to go in a different direction. Let's try Trevor Penning here, the offensive tackle out of Northern Iowa. I think he can slot in immediately at right tackle for you if you are the Baltimore Ravens, with the really a lot of general uncertainty right now. And I think Penning in particular is a good fit for the Ravens. Now, I'll make note quickly here. I have the Ravens re-signing Bradley Bozeman here, so center's not a big-time need. Penning was a left tackle at Northern Iowa. He played very well, but has a handful of right guard reps in his history. His play style, mean, nasty, bully ball, mauler lineman, fits really well at right tackle in the NFL, or at left tackle in a run-heavy situation. So, look, you could start Jaquan James. I have no idea if he's really going to be a impact player for you. And you also have to acknowledge the uncertainty around Ronnie Stanley long-term and even short-term, given how many injuries he's had in recent years. So this pick kind of gets, to quote a famous show, 2 birds stoned at once. Take care of your immediate right tackle need and gives you insurance at the left tackle side. So tell me your favorite draft prospect this year. And this is probably one you would like the Ravens to get, if it maybe not the most realistic outcome. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, then you know what? Go take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Some big top guys off board before number 45. Daxton Hill would be a good fit. Plus, you know the Mike McDaniel DC hire. He knows how to use him. Kyler Gordon off the board. Lewis Seen off the board. Edge rusher Drake Jackson, who I like, is gone. And Phidarian Mathis is off the board. That would have been a really good pick for what the Ravens like, and we know how much they love their SEC boys. Some top guys on the board then at number 45. Trey McBride. I'm surprised he's fallen. I wanted to make note of him, but you need a tight end? Maybe not really. Jaquan Brisker, the safety, is there out of Penn State. Zion Johnson, if I felt I don't trust my left guard, which I think he's been enough day 3 picks / day 2 picks to be okay there, I would take him in a heartbeat. Quay Walker, the linebacker from Georgia, is there. And so, too, is Penn State edge rusher Arnold Ebiketie. So, of these 5 guys, who would you pick? Type TM for Trey McBride, JB for Jaquan Brisker, ZJ for Zion Johnson, QW for Quay Walker, or AE for Arnold Ebiketie. I'm going to go with the Penn State edge here. Now, this would give you 2 former Penn State edge rushers together. Now, they didn't play together because Ebiketie was a Temple transfer. He had 8 tackles for loss and 4 sacks in his final year with the Temple Owls. This past year for Penn State, he over doubled that production. The breakout year that he had was incredible. And given some uncertainty long-term about some of your edges opposite Odafe Owe, I like the idea of adding Ebiketie here. 18 tackles for loss, 9.5 sacks, 14.17% pressure rate. That's a really good figure right there. I don't know how much juice he really has coming off the edge. He's not elite there. I don't think he's slow either. He can bend a little bit. I think he's a strong selection here for the Ravens in round 2. I got a second-ish round grade on him. I wait to see what the testing is, so that's just how I operate. But that'd be a good pick there. Guys off the board before number 76 overall. Ooh, Chad Muma would have been a great pick. Goes to the Jets. I had my eye on Travis Jones. There's your new defensive tackle nose guard. He's off the board as well, which broke my heart a little bit. So I'm going to go defense again, this time safety. And this a lot of, in the end, came down to the value that was on the board for me. Jalen Pitre out of Baylor. Brian Broaddus, the former NFL GM, had a player, or not GM, executive who ran the Eagles draft one year, all those years ago, 1998, had a player comp for him, which I'm not there, but called him Tyrann Mathieu. And from a size, play style perspective, he's actually spot on. Physical tackler, played a lot in the box at Baylor. He was that classic overhang defender, got a lot of nickel reps, played some safety as well. Now, I'll make note, Baylor lied about his size. Baylor listed him at 6 foot. He's 5'10", 3/4, so he's under 5'11", but at Baylor he played most of that kind of overhang role, which is so common in the college football. I wanted to see this year. Well, hey, can he play man-to-man? Can he play some more consistent deep safety? I thought he did. I am a big Pitre fan. He is going to find the ball for you, so whether it's box safety, nickel corner, free safety, I think he's a better player than Brandon Stevens was. He should be a borderline top 50 pick. To get him out to the top 75, the value was too good for me to pass up. Now, there's a lot of different answers you could have here. But what is a position the Ravens need to address in this year's draft? Let me know what you guys have to say right now in the comments section. Round 3, pick number 99. We'll go faster on these because there's so many fourth-round picks. Tariq Woolen, who this fits your typical modern-day corner. He was a receiver at UTSA to start, moves to corner. 6'3" and change, 205 is his actual size. Again, program weight always lies. 33.5-inch arms. Massive pterodactyl-type wingspan right there. Not a great tackler. I think he's a good athlete. This is a guy to keep an eye out for being a surprise earlier than this pick. Let's add a bigger body to the Ravens wide receiver room now. Justyn Ross. Now, he played his best in 2018, which makes sense because, you know, he had Trevor Lawrence at his peak at that point. Was a vertical threat at the beginning of his career for Clemson, averaged over 21 yards per catch in 2018. This past year for Clemson, big slot, which I think I'd probably want him more on the outside, but being able to do best or both is nice there. Have to check the back injury. That was a big-time red flag for him. Possession receiver, I believe, in the NFL. Fantastic hands. At minimum, this can be your jump ball red zone guy. Round 4 as your Miles Boykin replacement. I'm all aboard for that one. Now, we will be live for the 2022 NFL Draft on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, do me a favor and make sure you guys are subscribed. The link is right there below, youtube.com/chatsportstv. I'll put that link, by the way, in the comment section, the description as well. If you want live coverage and coverage all offseason for all 7 rounds and plenty of news and rumors going on around it for all the teams, go over there. If you want the best NFL draft coverage with the picks coming in before the major networks, do it on Chat Sports. Got a linebacker here, Darrian Beavers, out of Cincinnati. If you're looking for a Patriot-style linebacker, well, this very much is your guy. He fits that mold. He's a big-framed, offers some blitzing ability that gives him third down value. I don't know if he's good enough in coverage. There were some missed tackles as well, 17 this past year. But for a team that I think could use some more options at off-ball linebacker, Beavers does intrigue me since I don't know if Blake Harrison's going to end up being that guy. Now, I wanted to get defensive line help earlier, but the value just never quite worked out in terms of the guys on the board. But John Ridgeway is a round 4 pick for me. Illinois State to Arkansas transfer, 6'4" and change. Again, program weight. They always lie. 327, long arms. He's not there yet as a run-stopping nose tackle. He plays a little bit high for me. He needs more power in that lower half, but he's got the frame. He can shed, make some guys miss make some blockers miss at the 0 tech and the 1 technique position. There's some upside here. This would be a good, and probably not year 1 impact pick, but year 2 could be a nice piece for you along that defensive line. I want you now to name a sleeper in this year's NFL draft for me. Maybe a guy we are not mentioning at all. Let me know what you have to say in the comments section. All right, more offensive line help here now. Marquis Hayes has only played left guard at Oklahoma, but he has fared pretty well. 2 sacks in 2020, 3 sacks in 2021, but the hits and hurries stayed pretty consistent, so blame your QB there. Penalties were a problem this year, and I have some concerns about the athletic ability, but he's got fantastic size for a guard, and he's got great hand uses. Once he's got his mitts on you, you're not really going to get away. So round 4, it's a solid pick. Let's go back to the SEC well here. Jalen Armour-Davis. Now, when you're picking barely in the top 150, most of these guys are not going to be starters for you. You're looking for depth, backups, special teams, upside, and special teams Armour-Davis has in spades. Only a 1-year starter, was a second-team All-SEC player by the coaches this year, which, is this the rare, underrated Bama prospect? It could be. There's not really any buzz around Armour-Davis, but at minimum, I've got a good core special teamer, I believe, in the NFL. Finally, the last pick, big gap here. We're now out of the round 4 selections. Tyler Badie. I call him Badie because that's such a better name. You should have gone full Joe Theismann and changed the pronunciation to make it sound cooler. Undersized. He rounds up to 5'8". At the Senior Bowl, he was 5'7" and 3/4 inches. Breakout year for Missouri this year. His best value comes as a pass catcher. He had well over 100 catches in his career for Missouri. Third down back. He's not a great blocker, but as a pass catcher with some kick return value, there is some upside there. All right, to recap then the 7-round mock draft for the Baltimore Ravens. I got some good players, first 3 picks, man. Trevor Payne out of UNI. Arnold Ebiketie out of Penn State. Jalen Pitre, the safety from Baylor. Tariq Woolen gives you upside as an outside corner option with Marcus Peters' future uncertain. Justyn Ross out of Clemson was a former potential first-round pick. You get him in round 4. Darrian Beavers, linebacker depth. John Ridgeway out of Arkansas gives you a defensive tackle help as we got some big-time needs there. We'll say it's filled in free agency since I can't address every need in the first couple rounds. Marquis Hayes, another interior offensive line option. Jalen Armour-Davis out of BAMA, special teamer. And then Tyler Badie out of Missouri, a.k.a. Tyler Badie. So grade our Ravens 7-round mock draft. I think it's at least a B, but this is a show for you guys. I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments section, A, B, C, D, or F.